Hey everyone, I'm Jer, and I want to talk to you about my new favorite task chair, the Raynor Ergohuman. The chair you see before you is in fact the Raynor Ergohuman. I want to talk about a few things about this chair, and one of the reasons that I'm making this video is because this is a pretty pricey chair, which you could argue has something to do with why I like it so much, but this chair in particular is around $600 to $700, and when I was doing a lot of research for this chair, I didn't really come into a lot of information, so I was really hoping to throw a video up that could explain to others that would be looking for information would be useful to them, to help them in their pursuit. I want to talk about 4 or 5 key features of this chair that I had a few questions on that were concerns of mine. We'll start down at the bottom. The seat itself here, you can see obviously this is the non-mesh version. It is this cushiony seat here, and it's a very nice cushion. It's firm, but it's sort of supple at the same time. It has a decent amount of pushback to it, but also has a fair amount of give. I saw online someone described this as like a hard mattress, sort of absorb you in a little bit, but kind of push back on you. So really pleased with that. And this material here as well is sort of a fake leather, sort of a pleather type deal, and it's quite good. There was some concerns online, and I had some concerns as well that it might wear through pretty quickly, but I've had this chair for about 4 or 5 months now, and I can see no wear or markings or anything on it, and I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy, so really nothing wearing in there. Let's go up from the seat now and talk about the armrests. I had a little bit of concern about these armrests because there's a few features to these that are pretty unique. They do click in and out one position. I was kind of worried that would happen on accident, and it really doesn't. When it does, however, it's only one click, so it just pops right back into place, and you can kind of do it on the fly. I really do like how you can twist it in like that, as a matter of fact, because when you're putting your elbows down, you kind of line your body straight up. It's pretty comfortable having them like that. The armband also does slide forward. I guess it's all the way in the forward and backwards. That was another concern of mine, that I was afraid that would happen a little too easily, and it really doesn't. It takes a lot of effort. That was very difficult to do that with one hand. It takes a lot of effort to slide that, and that is also a cool feature because it kind of lets you get in closer to your desk. And the ratchet mechanism on the armrest as well is pretty simple. I was a little confused about it when I was looking into it, but it just goes all the way to the top, disengages, then it comes down, then it's just up one at a time. And there's a lot of variability there as to how high you would want to set your armbands. A lot of customization you can do with this chair and these in particular. This material here too is also a fantastic, nice foam padding, pretty similar to the seat, pretty supple, yet pretty firm too. I can't see this actually breaking down very quickly, which was another minor concern of mine. Let's go right back into the backrest, the biggest feature of this chair, the lumbar support. This is absolutely fantastic. It's the first thing you're aware of when you sit in the chair. The chair's comfortable, the cushion absorbs you in, but this lumbar support here pushes right on you. Not in an obnoxious way. There's a significant amount of padding there too. There's a lot of give, so it's not uncomfortable, and it's held in place by this nice spring right here, this black, hard plastic compound spring that you push back on and has a little give. You'll notice it is all the way in the up position. It only has 3 locations, and I'm an average height guy, about just shy of 6 feet, and I have it in the highest position, so people that are a little taller might have some difficulty with this chair. Anyone under 6'2" or so probably won't see a problem. I really can't imagine having it any lower. It kind of pushes into your tailbone, but right where it is right there is a fantastic location. Very comfortable. Headrest up here is kind of a take it or leave it for me. I preferred to have it because I've done a lot of reclining in the past, doing a lot of online gaming, stuff like that, and I've liked them in the past, but with this type of chair, the way it actually leans back is quite different than any other chair I've had, and for whatever reason I don't end up using that headrest as much. It might also be the way the lumbar and the back supports too, kind of gives you a subtle arch to your back as you're sitting in it, which is actually quite comfortable. So if you're on the fence about picking this chair up and you want to get the headrest, I would say don't bother. But if you really like headrest, it is quite comfortable, and it's not easy to move around. It does stay in its position pretty well, and it is quite comfortable. Same sort of cushiony material that you see in the chair there as well. That's the last thing I want to talk about is the mechanism to the chair here. Actually, I guess a couple more things. The mechanism here goes back, forward, up, and down. Forward will actually cause the cushion to go forward or back, so you can actually adjust your body position relative to the back of the chair as well. Putting it back will actually tilt the chair, and this is a really cool feature of this chair is the way it tilts. This angle here from here to the seat actually changes, so it gets a little wider like that. What that does is actually kind of gives you more of a laying down feeling. I used to be a fanatic for chairs that would actually tilt up like this with the seat, and what that's actually doing when that happens is putting a pressure point behind the knees, which stops blood flow and actually makes you quite fatigued. So that's a pleasant surprise that I'd discovered in this chair that I'd never realized before. So it has forward, back. The chair also actually does come quite high. I don't actually use a pull-out bar for my keyboard, and I put right on top of my desk. And height on a chair is always quite difficult, so it actually has quite a bit of climb to it. It's quite high off the ground right now. It has another fantastic feature I like too. The top of the arm bands also come up quite high, so you can, if you have shorter arms, long torso, it'll fit you. It's quite custom. The last thing I'll say is this chair is actually amazingly well built. Everywhere where you see some steel or something shiny, it's steel. It's a very heavy chair. I was quite surprised when I picked this box up, and it was about 67 pounds delivered to my door. Everywhere you see is quality made. Right here, these spots, plastics. Levers are plastics just for, ease of use on your hands. The back of the frame there, but everything else all the way down the mechanism, just fantastically well made. Like I said, I've had it about 5 or 6 months, so I really can't comment as to the life of the cylinder there. I know there's been some concerns, but I did notice in my online pursuit of information that earlier comments that said that mechanism would eventually fail after years of use seem to have evaporated, so I'm not sure that's much of a concern anymore either. There is a lifetime warranty on the chair anyway, so I really wouldn't worry about that. Again, as I said, 4 or 5 months, and this cushion hasn't been changed at all, and I've done quite a lot of sitting in this chair. Really impressed with the quality and build of this chair, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that is looking into an ergonomic task chair. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. What I want to say about this chair is I did pick it up at the Human Solution. It's a website store / brick and mortar store based out of Texas, where I did a lot of communication with the owner. It was very helpful. Enjoyed talking to him, and would highly recommend checking those guys out if you are deciding to pull the trigger on this chair or you're in the market. That's about all I got to say. So thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy the chair as much as I have.